Welcome. This is Robert Inkler, and this is the first explainer on the Lewis model, covering section 3.3 of the Todaro and Smith book. In the Lewis model, or the Lewis-Ray-Fanes model more properly, we're talking about a two-sector growth model featuring an agricultural and an industry sector. The industry sector is the modern sector, and it behaves just like the solo model economy does. There's diminishing returns to capital, there's growth through investment, and a crucial input here is that the profits and thus the investments in this modern sector depend on agriculture, on the agricultural sector. Now, the aim of the Lewis-Ray-Fanes model is to show how developments in the agricultural sector determine the speed of industrialization. And the key intuition that we'll walk you through is that low productive agricultural labor can be moved to industry, and as long as food production remains adequate, this will lead to rapid industrialization. Now, in this first part, we focus on the exposition as in the books, specifically figure 3.1, which shows these four subgraphs. To go through that, the right-hand side of these two are for the agricultural sector. The left-hand side are for the industrial sector. The top two figures are the production side of the model, and the bottom two are the labor market. So, starting with agricultural production, so the top right panel. A key feature here is that there is a maximum level of food production. As you see here, after this point LA, even if you have more people working the land, food production does not increase. So that's a particular feature of this model, and that's an important one. Because if we then move to the labor market side for agriculture, we see that the marginal product of agricultural workers drops to zero. So after this point, LA, the additional workers have no impact on the overall production, so their marginal product is zero. Now, you may wonder how would workers in this case survive, because in a normal neoclassical world, the marginal product of a worker is equal to their wage, so they earn their marginal product. Here, that problem is circumvented by assuming there's family labor. So all the workers in the family get the product from the land, and that product is equally divided between the family members. Now, this means that the average wage of the average product, that's the curve here, determines the wage in the agricultural sector, here denoted by WA. So that agricultural wage is then a signal for the industrial sector. So we're now moving to the left-hand side of the figure. As you can see, the wages in agriculture are shown here. The wages in industry are higher than in agriculture, which means that it's attractive for agricultural workers to move to the city. This can continue for quite a while because as you move people out of agriculture and into industry, the marginal product remains zero for a long time. So the result is that the labor supply curve for the industrial sector is horizontal. So at a given wage WM, there's an unlimited supply of labor, more or less. Now, and as you can see here, that as the industrial sector starts to gain profits, starts to invest, that shifts outwards the production function, as it would in the solo model as well. So we have total production set against labor. So as the capital stock increases, denoted here by Km1, Km2, and Km3, the production function shifts outwards. As the production function shifts outwards, the labor demand curves, so given here by D1, D2, and D3, also shift outwards. And thus, because the horizontal labor supply curve, we get a very fast increase in labor employed in industry. So that concludes this first part of the explainer on the Lewis model. First of all, a key takeaway is that agriculture is different. And it's different because you have these agricultural workers that add less than they would in other jobs. And this gives an opportunity for rapid industrialization because industrial wages can remain low for a long time. Okay, so that's it. On to the next one.